अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे ज्ञानशक्ति समारूढ तत्त्वमाला विभूषिता मुक्ति प्रदाता च तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अनेक जन्म सम्प्राप्तः कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुर्परमदैवतं गुरुपरतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
Namaste. My pranams to all the teachers and to all the parents of the students who are watching this event online. And of course, a very warm hello to all the wonderful children of the Lalaji Memorial Omega International School. Welcome. Let me begin by congratulating all of you, all of us, on this momentous occasion of the school completing 15 years of continuous operation in the field of educating hundreds and thousands of children for so many years. It is my privilege to address all of you as the school chairman, and I'm happy to revive my association with the school, which began in the early days of the founding of the school, when I was lucky and privileged to work under the guidance of Reverend Master Charaji Maharaj in setting up the initial academic infrastructure, the initial team of teachers, and in fact, even doing some teaching in the school as days went by. Later, the school became large. Of course, more and more people came, and all of them you see today have been instrumental in creating what today is one of the best schools in not only the city but also probably in the country. We have multiple syllabus being offered. We have multiple extracurricular activities. We have a large setup of sports and games. We cater to differently able children. And at the core of all this is the value-based education which is provided to us by the Heartfulness Institute. Indeed, it is not a surprise that a lot of the education platforms of the country have rated us very high, not only in the state but also nationally. In the recent times, the world has seen a huge transformation which nobody had foreseen, and truly it has tested all of us in all aspects of our existence. The school has had to respond to this with alacrity and with determination, and I must congratulate all the teaching staff and all the support staff who rose to the occasion. They changed their way of teaching, they changed their approach, and I know many of them had significant personal and family hardships to overcome in order to achieve the online classes which we have been offering to the students with the single aim that we should not compromise the academic calendar for this year. I heartily thank all the people who made this possible, and going forward, we will need more of it. It has been a great effort and significant additional cost to the school as well. And I thank the parents for supporting the school in all these times by their participation and cooperation with the management. We do not know what is in store for us, in fact, for the world and for us as individuals in the months to come, maybe the year to come. All I can reassure all of you is that as management of the school, we are constantly motivated and inspired to function in a way which is the best interests of providing a holistic and complete education to its children under all circumstances. No doubt it is difficult for us, it is difficult for the children as well, it is difficult for their parents as well, but that is what we are facing today, and we need to make the best of the situation. In a way, we have more time at hand, in a way, we have much more work to do. It is also a time for introspection, it's a time for looking inwards, it is time for observing what's happening, especially the children have a lot to learn from this pandemic. And I would urge all the children to look within, to look outside, to ruminate, to meditate, and to understand how to mold your personality so as to be able to handle the difficult situations which we'll face now and later in life as well. I would like to quote here one of my favorite quotations, which was mentioned by Reverend Babuji Maharaj, that the wisdom of man is in making the unfavorable things favorable. There is no better time and situation than the current situation in which to apply this. So, with this, I close my address to all of you. Please be safe, please be healthy, use your time productively, and may God be with you. Namaste, thank you, Dhanyavad.
We are at the cusp of two worlds now. Dear parents, dear students and teachers, respected teachers, it's a wonderful occasion to meet and exchange some of the ideas which we have with each other. This is very important to understand that we are transiting through to a new era. The new era is full of love, compassion, humaneness, and fellow feeling. To this we have to transit. From this we have to go to the high level of human beings, and that can come only when we are as a group, as students, as parents and teachers start collaborating with each other and working towards a new era which is about to change into a drastic new consciousness, into a shift of consciousness. This is why our beloved Master has created the school, and the present Master is also creating a new school he has created. And it is very important to understand that children need to be trained to accept the changes. They are better in accepting the changes. we are not able to accept the changes so easily. Babuji used to say, give me raw wood and I will make a furniture of whatever type we want. Whereas if you give me a broken furniture, which is already a furniture, how do I change it? Babuji used to say. Babuji also asked another question to Lalaji. He asked Lalaji, when is this animality going to end? Lalaji said one thing, very short reply. He said, when people reach your stage. That means the highest level of consciousness, the highest level of evolution. That is what Lalaji was aiming at, and Babuji was standing example of that. And it is not enough if only Babuji is an example. The master is an example. We all have to try to become that kind of examples. And we must strive to change ourselves in tune with that. It is necessary for us to change. Change. This change is inevitable. In any case, the change is coming. We want to be forced into change, or we want to accept change and joyfully change ourselves to suit the needs of the new generation, the new era which is coming up very fast. We don't know when it will come. Let us assume that it has already come, and we will work towards change. Everywhere we should have human beings with love and compassion and spirituality. And how do we effect this change? Instruments are given to us by our master in the form of heartfulness practice. This is the message I would like to give you.
Thank you.
I'm Lakshmi. I work as CBSE liaison at Lalaji Memorial Omega International School. I was one of the first employees here. It began on a beautiful morning not unlike this one when I attended the Bhumi Puja inaugurated by our school's founder Pujya Shri Parthasarthi Rajgopalachari. At the conclusion of the puja, our master addressed the gathering speaking about his vision for the school, for the children that would fill its halls and build a home here. Something about that speech set in motion some wheels that have brought me here today. I am grateful and cherish every small win, big blunder, deadline, but especially watching children blossom and grow and be driven by passion and purpose. Here's a fun fact. The graduating batch of 12th standard this year was in pre-KG when I started. Witnessing Lalaji Memorial Omega International School mushroom from a single block to several buildings and acres of land leaves me speechless. Today my reverie takes me back to the pantry room in 2005 where the entire school would feast together. Yes, the whole student body, and the surprise visits from our master that would incite every single student to rush out and surround him. And it's been and will always be a pleasure to watch you grow, evolve, transform in his vision, in the vision he divined for you. Thank you.
Hello, I am Jatinder. I have been working in Omega since 2015. The foundation was laid by our founder, Pujya Shri Parthasarthi Rajgopalachari. And it has been a wonderful and a memorable journey for me. I really remember how much we used to work together, and we all used to look forward for lots of work. And as Master used to say us, like the reward of work is more work. And it is truly said. We wore various hats and did different kinds of work at that time. The room where we used to sit and work, a small one, where we were a handful of teachers and staff, but we used to work together. We used to love and laugh and enjoy the work. And now, such a drastic change where there are so many teachers and the infrastructure of the school, wow, it's amazing. No, there's a lot of changes in the school from the day one till today. and these 15 years have crossed, and it is beautiful to see how we all work together hand in hand. But the vision and the motto of the school has not changed. The motto, let's endeavor together, all working in a team, in the beginning till the end, till today. The management, the staff, the teachers, we always work together, and we always look forward for the best of Omega. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Hearty congratulations goes to the entire team of Omega on completion of 15 years. And my association with Omega was even before Bhumi Puja. I was part of Sahaviryam Karavavahai and the prayer song, Hey Prabhu. We recorded it because that was selected by the founder. First year was definitely not an easy year because the school had to go for lots of documentation and verification, inspection and license to make Lalaji Memorial Omega School to Lalaji Memorial Omega International School. And the dream of the founder to make the school Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam had to come true. So that year we teachers do not remember going home sharp at 4 o'clock any single day, and we even had to stay back till late in the evening and work on all the 7 days, Saturday and Sunday, because most of the entrance exam and teachers recruitment were taking place on Saturdays and Sundays. Yet we were happy by the support and enthusiasm that was given by the founder. Once again, hearty congratulations. Let's endeavor together. Thank you.
Good day and namaste to one and all present over here. I am Anukumari Shukla. I am here to share my experience of being in Omega for all these years. It was a wonderful experience of being here, and it is. Each and every moment of being here was guided by our loving Parthasarathy Master, who was the founder of our school. He was the one who was the guiding force behind all. Since we are teachers, we need to upgrade ourselves with all technical things. When we deliver it to children, it has to be with the heart of a mom, because only mom knows what a child requires that particular moment. She doesn't rush. That's what Master says. We need not rush with children. We have to be using our heart. That is it. So we try to do all those. That is what I feel I am into, and may God give every teacher all the willpower and the heart to impart whatever she has to the children from the heart. Thank you.
ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Let there be happiness, let there be no illness, let us see what is auspicious, and let there be no suffering, let there be peace everywhere. Good afternoon, friends. I would have much loved that we had this conversation face to face, where we were all gathered to celebrate our Founders' Day. Look at this now, we have to resort to sending messages recorded online for the most important day of our school. So we are 15 years now, and it's remarkable that we have grown this way. Thanks to all of you that we are what we are. While we recall the vision of our founder, Pujya Shri Parthasarathy Rajgopalachari Ji, who clearly had a vision to look at the soul and the body working in unison, the soul guiding the mind and the mind guiding the body in all its activities. I'm sure we understand the essence of this vision, and his statements where he has pointed out to all of us that we have an enormous responsibility for the children, so for whom we are the trustees. Dear academic team, you have done a terrific job. The academic leadership, especially the unit heads, the division heads, and the department heads, you have offered great leadership to your respective teams. They have come together, put their efforts as a coordinated output through multiple meetings, so much so you gave up the entire duration of your holidays in trying to create windows of opportunity for learning. This is remarkable. This is a time for us to celebrate your commitment, celebrate the care and concern that you have shown over time, and understand and reinforce the commitment and faith that the founder has reposed on us, so that the children who are the ultimate beneficiaries here learn most from all of us. I am very happy to say that in these 15 years, the kind of leadership that has been available to us through founder, Master Pujya Sri Chariji himself, Sri Priya Krishna, who was the earlier chairman here, who until recently spent enormous amount of time, dedication, sweat and commitment to the growth of the school, to a large body of the executive committee that has provided leadership to us at different times, the entire community of Omega, the management, the staff, the students and the parents who have come together at different times and supported us in all our endeavors. What I do now is to offer my best wishes to all of you, and for all those that started with the school, a special thanks. You have been with the school for 15 years and you have seen the school grow and change. There are many of us that have completed 10 years of schooling here. So we are just about getting into the senior school years. As much as a lot of you that have completed 5 years of service, and those of you who feel that Omega is the only place for your employment, we bow down to all of you. A big thanks from all of us for putting your faith and commitment in the school. Without all of you, there is no Omega. During this lockdown period, a lot of things have happened unknown and unseen, where people that we usually tend to ignore have come forward, put their commitment and sweat, and made things happen at school. For the entire support team, from the admin, from the hostel, so for the medical team that has supported us, for the housekeeping staff, the maintenance staff, the security, so the PR work, the HR accounting, IT, the purchase and procurement. See, I might have missed the SFS. So all the operations that are integral to the school. So each of you have contributed during these times. I would not hesitate here to say that the kind of work teachers are showing now. So you are the essential backbone to ensure that the school stands upright, and during these times of huge stress, there is a lot of joy, happiness, and most importantly, motivation to engage the way you engage. Would form a part of the huge repository base that we are creating for the school. Special thanks to Mr. P.R. Krishna for being there throughout the year until such a time that he left the school in January. Sri Ram for being there. So, dear brothers, Krishna and Sri Ram, we sorely miss your presence. So our thanks to our incoming chairman who has been with us for a few months now, Mr. Rajesh Rathod. So he has shown amazing leadership. And the septuagenarian father of us, Sri Ramakrishnan sir, has always been there to show us the way and to demonstrate the care and concern that you have for the school. We sorely miss the presence of Dr. Saini. Dr. Saini was with us for a long time, and Dr. Saini, she passed away recently. So we pray to Almighty that in the brighter world He finds abundant love and care that He got while He was here with us. Thank you, dear friends, and please pass on my best wishes to the families. I would particularly like to place on record the heartfelt thanks from the entire family of Omega to the parents for ensuring that the school stands up the way it stands now. You have been an enormous strength and support to us, and it's our fervent hope that you continue to do so. Please pardon our mistakes during this time. We are sure to learn from our experiences and grow from here. And I wish and pray that all of you are abundantly blessed by our Master Puja Sri Daji. Daji has been with us through these testing times and has been guiding us through his messages and words of wisdom. Thank you, Daji, and thanks to all of you for a patient listening. May God bless us all.
Namaste. Very dear Omegites, family members, very dear staff members, salutations to you all and congratulations to you as well for handling the current situation in a masterly fashion. Of course, it's not without hiccups. We all, without an exception, are learning these new trends and how to adapt. It is all about adaptability. Facing these new challenges, it requires wisdom at each level. No Oxford class or no Harvard classes or no IIM or IIT can prepare us to face these new challenges. You remember the famous story I have been sharing with you all. Father, a great thief, and a child wanted to learn how to masterly become like his father. Please refer to that story. We cannot teach everything at each level. But little by little, as we remove our layers of ignorance, allowing this inner light to ooze out from our system, when we remove these layers of ignorance, we become wiser. This wisdom helps us in a great deal, more than thinking, more than intellect. This wisdom helps us when we close our eyes and center ourselves and invoke the deity, whoever is most revered to your heart. Invoke that deity's inspiration, deity's strength, deity's energies. Allow it to come to your heart. Center yourself express your problem heartfully within a day or two, or sometime instantly, you might have that, flash. Yes, I found a solution. This is applicable to all students, parents, staff members, admin, you name it. I have this inner experience, and many parents who have felt it, that yes, meditation done in some way can calm us down, help us sail through the stressful situation, help us become lighter and still. It is only through this peaceful heart that one can become creative. Is this not what we want in life? Creativity all the time. Creativity under all kinds of situations. Creatively moving into greater dimensions. Escape misery. Is this not our goal? Or if you like to accept miseries and master it around it, even then you will still need this centering of your heart and mind. Attention. Attention should be on that object that is to be resolved. Heartfulness by practices can help you arrive at that in a very easy way without falling into dogmas. It's very simple, very scientific. You have seen the results with children who relax before starting the class and in between the classes. When you relax, you are focused. When you are tensed, you cannot remain focused. You may be looking at your teachers who is teaching you, you are listening. But at the same time, your mind can wander into something else. Similar thing does happen during meditation. But when we actively try to train our mind during meditation, though it is straying away on a different thought pattern, but because of the training, you're able to bring it back to the object of meditation. Similarly, this practice helps us to focus back into what the subject of interest is at the moment. If a teacher is teaching us thermodynamics or some chapter on cellular biology or a chapter on mathematics, we can remain focused to that and learn that without straying our mind on football or some WhatsApp message or some Twitter message. It is very important for all of us, including staff, admin, teachers, students, parents, to remain focused. Are you really focused? Ask yourself a very sincere question. And honestly ask yourself, am I focused in all that I do? Mother may be cooking. Are you focused with a lot of love that yes, I'm cooking this for my family? My heart goes out to those parents who may have suffered financial losses due to job loss, perhaps business reduction, and the trauma it can cause while being sentenced, if I may use this word, though we craved for it, being at home with our loved ones. Pandemic has challenged many families. Stronger families become even stronger. The weaker family have broken apart. It's a test. Let's all pray that all families remain intact and become stronger. Only yesterday I was reading New York Times, and they have this magazine especially for parents. On the front page they had a cartoon. Mother is seated on a computer chair doing her work, and child from behind is pulling her legs. I want my computer, mommy. So much of stress, and mother is also so frustrated. She is trying to finish her work and child is pulling her legs from behind. See, there's so much of stress, friction everywhere. Children parents friction, teacher student friction. How to get out of it? As I say, centering is the best way. Once this friction starts, it's difficult to stop. Only prescription that I can offer it to you is to have a cheerful heart, centered mind, and a wiser approach to all this ahead of time. See, vaccinate against the problems. And this can happen only when you're light-hearted and goal-oriented, what you really want to achieve. If you masterly without falling into a trap hole, all these problems, then you can achieve, you can claim that yes, I have gone through this masterfully. 10 years down the road, you'll say, wow, 2020, we had major calamities, but we did it. We did it together, united. This little virus, tiny little virus has taught us how to remain united. You have to develop some level of trust, how you work with each other. In apartment buildings, when you're going up and down in a lift, you'll have to trust the other person. We cooperate with each other. We wear masks. We keep the place clean, environment healthier. Our thought patterns oriented towards what matters. Sometimes I jokingly share this word immunity. I am immune when I'm united within, when there's unity within myself. This is another way of expressing that I have centered myself. So I highly recommend this centering of yourself time and again. Every time you change a situation, every time you change your work, take a few seconds, center yourself and begin the work. You all know these two great personalities, Aristotle and Marcus Aurelius. Aristotle used to say, you are what you do. Your habits define you. So let's create great habits in our life. A lot of cooperation will be required from parents in inculcating newer, greater habits that can uplift your son or daughter. Soon as you get up in the morning, child should complete the bed. Make it nice and clean, ready for sleep again. See? And if you still have strength, you can go to your parents' bedroom and fix their bed also, or your brother or sister's bed. Be helpful in the family. Think of what you're going to do the next during the whole daytime. Just as you have a timetable, create your own timetable of activities. Write it down. In the evening, write down what you missed out, that you promised yourself that I was going to do this, but you missed it. Make a note of all these things. Try it. You'll remember me after maybe 20 years or 30 years that yes, there was one uncle who shared all these ideas. Success in education depends on two things, two primary things: interest and observation. Interest with which teacher teaches, interest with which a student learns, interest with which the whole environment is created. It's all interest. And observation by all. where have we been going wrong, how we can improve. These two things can help us sail through life very easily. Right now, as students, you are learning new things. You are learning something greater than even we did not have the opportunity at your age to learn. I think you have accumulated so much of knowledge. Most of us do not have it even now. I'm talking about students in senior high school, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. I was very surprised when I learned calculus in my college days. You guys are cracking it in high school. When I learned periodic table in a second or third year of my college, you are cracking it up in high school. I learned genetics and mutations, God knows, in my third year of pharmacy. You guys are cracking it up in high school. It's amazing. And you are able to do it so well. Congratulations. Please continue this trend. Move on with a lot of interest. The objective of our school, which is completing 15 years this day, is to create mighty leaders. What is expected of leaders is to lead. Most leaders, I would say, if you go to their offices or if you go to their homes, they're full of books. They read a lot. Even if they are politicians, they'll be reading science, they'll be reading medical books, they'll be reading philosophies, they'll be reading legal books, all kinds of books. They'll read even comics and storybooks of children. They'll read philosophical books associated with mythology. I would highly recommend read to lead. Read lots and lots of books. If you can read 2 books a week, other than your academic books, I think you would have achieved a great deal by then, by the time you graduate out of the school. Immerse yourself. This is time to learn. This opportunity will not come again. Imagine, will I be able to spend 8 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours in learning new things at my age? No, I don't think so. Even when I turn 30, I won't have time, 4 hours, 5 hours a day to learn new things. You have the golden opportunity right now at your age, where parents don't demand anything extra from you except studies. So, love it. Love your studies. Immerse yourself joyfully. Play games whenever possible. But stay away from this electronic stuff. It really removes or destroys your creativity. Discipline for children, but it must not be in such a way that it breaks your heart. Not at the cost of love. Discipline has to be there, no doubt, but there should be a joyful participation in these disciplinary acts. Marcus Aurelius was a man of habit. He had a routine, kind of almost like a habit, day after day. But he was able to manage masterfully because of this structured way of life with a lot of flexibility. It's not that you become stringent with your time schedule or you become obnoxious. Oh, this is my time to do only this. No, he was not like that. But he said, let us have a flexible schedule. It should not be like a Stoics, that I will not be flexible. We have to become flexible. Just as I said, discipline is great, but not at the cost of love. Habits, structured life is also great, but not becoming obnoxious to other family members and colleagues. We should not go to that extent. That was the mastery of Marcus Aurelius. Both in a way, Aristotle and Marcus Aurelius, they show us habits rules our life. As children, you have the opportunity of creating these neural pathways while maintaining neural plasticity. Good luck to all of you. So, dear friends, thank you very much for patiently listening. Hope to join you all very soon.